that what we did was we went to prom together. And when the earthquake happened, I ran to your house and I stayed with you. You guys, the guys who housed me the 89 earthquake. Why? Because I was so stupid I thought I was going to miss the Giants game. Before the game went on. I couldn't piece together that the bridge had fallen or anything else. But I had to make it. There were videos where I can't hear the things, hey, Londe, or, a man missed a question about Ipswich clans. Little idiosyncrasies that from watching a million videos that I heard over and over and over again. It's impossible to watch a Giants game without thinking of him. But that's okay, and I'll tell you why it's okay in a minute. Because I thought I was a Giants fan. I loved them since I was 5 years old. Then I met someone who was so far greater than myself I couldn't even imagine it. And now they're his team, and I'm just kind of carrying on with him. Most of you know hopefully the McGowan stories when he was a cab driver. He was driving, and a woman jumped in the cab and unusually said, "Oh, is that the ball game? Can you turn it up?" He's like, "Well, that's weird," but yeah. And Charlie's the kind of fan who could tell you a 3-2 count in October or September that led to another batter that caused them to lose the game, and then that led to something else. I mean, literally, the mental checklist of everything that happened and who threw what pitch and whatever, it's just baffling. So as he's with this woman in this car, this older, very eloquent woman, she asks him if he's going to go to the new stadium that they just built. And he goes, no, my brother and I, we go to games a lot, but I don't know, it's a brand new stadium, I don't think we're going to get in. She said, "I think I can get you tickets." And he said, "Really? How?" She said, Peter McGowan, who was the owner and principal manager at the time. He said, "Yeah, I sleep with him." The car started, the cab starts to turn a little over, and he's like, "It's okay, I'm his wife." And sure enough, he pulls in and drops her off at dinner with Peter McGowan. Sure enough, we end up sitting in the owner's tickets on a couple of occasions, one of which were 2 rows behind the dugout, and he is shouting and tearing them and giving the other team nobody's business, just exactly the way Horace described. Except the Giants can hear, because they're right under the dugout. We're right behind them, and they never get noise like this. At some point, Levon Hernandez has to get out of the dugout, find out who this guy is who's tearing them apart, finds Charlie, and goes, "Here you go," and throws him a baseball. And then later on, I get a mistaken, "You're the man" from Dusty Baker, but he really meant your brother. So that's the kind of fan that he was. I've never known anybody in my life who made me feel more loved, who made me feel more seen. My level of security with the human race is skinny, but with him it was constant. I never doubted him for a second up to the day he passed. When he said you loved him, I never doubted. Even when we were apart from each other, the love was pure, because when he saw you and he chose you and he loved you, you felt it. You knew it was true, and he had hung on to you. And I think everyone in this room aches that we could not give back to him the same level of certainty in his love. I mean, not that he doubted our love, but his love for himself. And the gift that he's given so many people, and the ability to see so many of you, made me go, there's more to that guy than I think. Maybe Chuck's right about this guy. And the ability to go into the strangest of circumstances and come back with people who I never thought would be friends with him and be friends with him. Because he was the most deceptively charming and most deceptively intelligent person I've ever met. He would have no airs, no pretense, and would float through circumstances in this weird sort of happenstance that would happen, and you'd be left going, okay, I guess I'm just going to go with it. So, like I said, I think at the beginning, and I'm going to request more time at the end if something else comes to me, but when he passed, I felt like a piece of myself had passed, because like a Horcrux, so many of my memories were his, and he held them. He was the other half of it. And without him, what happened to those memories? What happened to those experiences? But when I was on the train yesterday, and I took a train from Los Angeles, I told this to a couple of people to honor him. One was just the idea of coming up here was such a heavy concept that I wanted something that brought me joy. But one of the things I celebrated in him is his ability to talk to and engage in other people. And I've hidden out from people, friends, lovers, and even strangers for most of my life. So I talked to strangers and I connected with people yesterday. But the epiphany that came to him is, it is very true what you said from Worf, is that the Sufis believe the same thing, is that the cage is the shell, that the soul is a bird that flies when the cage is open. And it is only the shell and the vessel that is gone. The soul is there. And I realized we're his Horcruxes. That man lives in me and will live into me until this vessel dies, because I see him and hear him everywhere I go. I feel the love, but I also carry him with us, and that is what we will carry with him. So again, the Spirit of him has transformed us, has helped grow us, and it's something we're going to continue to carry him on after today. So love to all of you.